there's a lot of positives about the Scottish market overall. It's very, very varied in terms of the work that you can undertake. So there's been a lot of new firms coming into the Scottish market over the last decade. That's increased access to really high quality, cross-border, international work for Scottish lawyers. So I think a real selling point for the Scottish market is that if you want to take on really high level work, but perhaps don't want to work in a stereotypical London office environment, then you can kind of get the best of both worlds. You might not suffer as much on the work-life balance side, but you can still access that really high quality work. The client demands are always going to be there, and that's a problem that lawyers, nationally will face. But I think generally work-life balance tends to be better in Scotland, and that's an attractive thing that draws and retains people in my market. I take quite a long-term approach with everything I do in this job. It's a very small, tight-knit market. Everyone knows each other, so I'm quite relationship-led. So, there's an amazing pool of talent already in Scotland, and with those candidates, I just want to connect with people, understand their motivations, understand their experience, and support them throughout their career. I may not be able to help them immediately, they may not want help immediately, but I love connecting with different lawyers, as I said, understanding what their goals are, and then I will hopefully be able to support them at some point. In terms of attracting talent to Scotland, I support a lot of lawyers internationally in making the move across. Often, people from New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, Asia, all over the world really coming to Scotland. It's become a really desirable location for people to combine excellent legal work with a lovely lifestyle. So it's a good place to be. I recruit any level of qualified lawyer in Scotland, starting at NQ, going up to senior equity, and I'll do that across any practice area. The reason for that is it's more engaging for me to learn about different practice areas and to speak to different types of lawyers, and it's helpful to be able to turn your hand to different practice areas depending on what's busy at the time. I'm not an expert in every practice area, but I'm very good at understanding candidates' motivations and their drives, and equally what firms are looking for from the people they're looking to hire. So it means that I'm able to match people with jobs that hopefully result in really good, positive, long-term outcomes for all parties. Primarily by being open and honest with my appraisal of their experience and the market, and being realistic about where opportunities might be, where the paths of least resistance are for them to get to their desired outcome. I'll support people from traineeship onwards. So it's quite different if you're speaking to someone who's about to qualify and they don't necessarily know which practice area they would like to pursue, than it would be speaking to an equity partner that's looking for a firm that can elevate their practice to the next level. And I will support both of those candidates in very different ways, but hopefully equally competently. I guess the primary way that I learn about the market is through speaking to people. The good thing about being a recruiter is that you kind of sit across the whole market. And so I get to speak to people of a real range of backgrounds, a real range of experience, and hear a lot of different opinions. And so I'm always digging in with candidates when I'm speaking with them about, the work that they're doing, but trends they're seeing, changes that they're noticing. And equally, that will be people who are working in London, perhaps looking to come back, or people looking to move down to London, so that I'm getting a bit more of a broader understanding of how Scotland sits within the UK context as well.